I've come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog is going to be the action figure we're going to be taking a look at for this new Sonic the Hedgehog action figure line from Jakks Specific. On the back shows you the other characters in the set. We got Sonic, Tails, and Eggman. I've reviewed all of them, so Shadow's going to be the last figure from Wave 1 for me to review. And here's his description. It says, with this amazing speed and raw power, Shadow the Hedgehog can control time and space with Chaos Control, or unleash a powerful explosion with his special Chaos Blast ability. The left side shows you his posability and that he has 11 points of articulation. We're gonna open this figure up and have a closer look at him. So Shadow comes with a 10 ring. On the back it says it's a super ring, so it's a pretty decent accessory. I mean, I definitely think it's a little too small. I mean, I guess that's probably how it's sized in the games, but just overall, I feel like it's a little too small for my tastes. But not a bad accessory, though. Curious to know if Shadow can... I don't think he's intended to hold this thing, so... And I don't want to like, stretch out his hand just for him to hold this, so... Yeah, maybe not hold him, especially since these characters have fragile fingers. In comparison, here is the Bendable Shadow from last year, and you can definitely see a difference. I mean, the action figure doesn't have that weird neck that the Bendable figure has. Like, if I remove the head, you can definitely see that his neck is a little too tall. Also, not to mention that his glove cuffs are like straight up yellow, while what I like about this figure is that the yellow bits are actually gold. Now that's something interesting about this figure, you know, that's different compared to the Bendable figure. Also, actually no, I take that back. He actually does have the red streak in his arms. Now Shadow has a really nice sculpt. I mean, I'd say he looks exactly like how he did. Well, Shadow hasn't really changed. Like, for like being the same age as my brother, he hasn't really changed that much. Maybe some colors may have been different, but like aside from that, he's basically remained unchanged, unlike the previous characters we looked at in terms of like their game origins. I also liked how Jakks Specific was able to capture all the details, like the red streaks on his spines, and on his arms, and even on his legs, surprisingly. Them legs. Articulation. His head rotates. His shoulders go up and down, and forwards and backwards. He has ball joints in the wrists. Again, the universal joints in the hips, so he can run. Though his knees can also bend, it can also bend downwards, but they can also rotate. And the ball joints in the ankles. This is probably the most quickest review I've ever done on any of these articulated Sonic figures. But there's just nothing really much to say about Shadow just because he's such an accurate representation of the character. Not to mention that he's pretty similar to Sonic, you know, in terms of articulation and sculpt. I mean, the accessory's pretty decent. I probably would give Shadow a B. Definitely a little disappointed of how floppy he is and how he doesn't really stand good. But, I mean, he does have an amazing sculpt, and so, I mean, probably the best Shadow figure ever. I mean, if you get one that isn't floppy, then you definitely have a really great Shadow figure. So yeah, so thank you for watching this video.